Hey going guys, thank you very much for buying the 6-week hypertrophy plan, or perhaps you've bought the 12-week hypertrophy plan. I'm going to use the same video for both because for the most part it's the same concepts, except in the 12-week plan there's a little bit of an extra step which I'm going to just have in that one. So with the 6-week plan or the 12-week plan, basically I'm going to explain how to read this template. For some people, you're going to look at it and just be like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I don't need to have this explained. If that's you, then you don't need to watch this. Go and train. But if you do have no idea what any of this means, let me just shed some light. And if this still doesn't clarify it, then get in touch through Instagram, Facebook, email us, contact us through our website. Down the bottom, you'll see contact us. And I'll make sure to upload a video and I'll inform you when that video is up to date, and then you can watch that and hopefully it can cover that issue that you might be having. Anyway, let's get started. So right up the top, you're gonna see week number and it's gonna have a space of 6 or 12. So that's really for you to keep track of the page, because the intention here is to print it out. For the 6-week plan, the 5 days are spread out over 2 pages. So you're gonna print out 12 pages. You're gonna have it in a clipboard like your American sports coach you see in the movies and TV and whatnot. So you'll have your pen, you got your plan. You could take photos of it, but really that's not ideal. You need to be writing these numbers down. Do not rely on your memory, because you just can't trust it for every rep and every number, because it is going to be really so focused that you're potentially going for 1 extra rep each session. So I can't emphasize that enough. I've had lots of clients that are just like, oh yeah, I remember it, but you just don't, all right? You forget. You can't rely on that, unless if you're an absolute genius and you know this is a fact. So right across the top, you've got session number 1 and so forth on the way down. You've got your exercises. So let's go across left to right first. So you've got date, pop in your date there. You've got sleep. I want you to write down roughly how many hours sleep you got. So typically I go for 8 or 9. So I write 7 to 9, or less than 7 or more than 9. Then I write in my mood. Typically I'll write either terrible, okay, good, great, excellent. You could really write anything else you want, but as long as it's consistent, I think, so that you can reflect back on it. And then, has your food been optimal to fuel your workout? So that's pretty much a yes, no, or an unsure. And if you're unsure, then check out Belinda's nutrition courses. And if there's no course provided to explain what you need to know, then get in touch with her and you could do some online coaching or a consultation, and she can answer any question you have. But nutrition is, as I've said in the ad that hopefully brought you here, then you know that it is absolutely imperative to get that right, because we need to fuel our body the right way for optimal recovery so that we can grow and make adaptations. All right, so below that, we have the warm-up, which is 15 to 25 minutes. It's got a checkbox, so you can just tick it off as you go. Now, the first one is increased body temperature. This is where we hop on any form of cardio machine that you enjoy, that works with your body's limitations or performance levels, whatever it may be, but you want to do that for 5 minutes, maybe 10. All right, really the goal here is to, oh, there's a big fly. The main goal is to increase your body temperature so you're hot, all right? And then from there, we're gonna get into, no fluffing about, we wanna get straight into our dynamic stretching, all right? I'm just gonna put a quick clip up of what that looks like as you can hear this voice. So some dynamic stretching and some mobility work on the required areas that you are focusing on. Then we can go into some foam rolling, and then we can go into some activation work. All right. Once we've done those 4 steps, which complete a good quality warm up, then we can get started with our exercises. All right. So we're going to work our way through the list of exercises from top to bottom, and you're going to do your 3 to 4 sets of. All right, let's first look at this. You've got your training parameters, all right? So that's that first grayed out area. All right, you've got sets, which says 3 times, all right? So 3 sets of however many reps, which is repetitions. You've got 8 reps plus or minus 2. all right? And your rest periods are 90 seconds, so 1.5 minutes. If you want to shorten that a bit, you can. If you want to bring it up a bit, you can. Really, the more rest you have, you're more likely to shift some more weight, so that's a good thing. If you have less rest, you're increasing intensity. So you kind of, with both, you're gonna gain benefits and have disadvantages. Yeah, it's just whatever you decide to do, just keep it consistent. So if you decide to have 2-minute rest, then do that throughout the 6 weeks. If you want to do 1-minute rest, then do that throughout the 6 weeks. All right, and the tempo, you want to be doing this slow. All right, I've written slow because it's pretty much easier. It's easiest to understand, but typically 1 rep should take roughly 5 seconds. All right, that's really common knowledge for people that understand hypertrophy. 2 seconds down, 1 second pause, 2 seconds up, 5 seconds. Okay, so set 1, we're looking at all these boxes you're going to fill out as you go. The very first week where it says last week reps, that's going to stay empty for the first week, isn't it? So we've got reps achieved. That's where you write down exactly what you did achieve for the set 1, and you write down the weight you did, and type means you write kilos, pounds, kettlebell, body weight. Typically you're going to be writing kg or lb depending if it's kilos or pounds. All right, and then you do your set 2, same thing, set 3, same thing. If you want to do a 4th set, then same thing. If you want to do more than that, I normally write it in the notes area. And then before notes, you've got rate of perceived effort. All right, so that's for short, RPE. Now that is where you rate it from 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest you could have possibly worked, and 1 being, well, sitting down, sleeping, I don't know, nothing. It's not hard. So you want to rate it from a 1 to a 10, and I would expect nothing less than an 8. If you're working less than an 8, then you're not eating right, you're not sleeping right, you're not training consistently, something's off, all right? And if you feel like if you have any sort of thought, oh, maybe I need to see a doctor, go see a doctor, all right? All right, so that's pretty straightforward. That covers all of the resistance training part. Just go work your way from top to bottom. Ideally in order, because it is in an order that is thought out for a reason. Let me just quickly explain. You've got back squats first in this particular plan I'm looking at, and then you've got leg press. Now that's legs, and both requiring multiple joints, so they're demanding movements. And then we go into an incline bench press and a row, and then another bench press, and then another row, okay? So that means you're doing a push, a pull, a push, a pull, using multiple joints, many muscles, very demanding again. And then you finish with arms. So your tricep extensions and your dumbbell bicep curls. Okay, so that's where you're using one joint, just the elbow, and you're just working the front or the back of the arms, or maybe, depending on a variation you may be using, there might be some lateral raises or straight arm lat pull downs. But the point is, we start with the biggest movements and we digress through to the smaller movements. Very intentional. It's to reduce the risk of injury. Very important, because this is a demanding routine. Okay, so once you've done that, you go into your cardio if you're going to be doing it. Now with cardio, we're really doing it to assist in blood flow, recovery, and work our heart and lungs. So for this session 1, 3, and 5, it's such a big day. I've just got a 10-minute workout, and it's an RPE of 6 to 7. That's chill, all right? It's just like a paced walk. And then from there, you can put in your notes machine. You might write treadmill, you might write bike, you might write cross trainer, whatever it may be. Write in what you used, the speed you did, just on average, the distance you covered, the duration, and any other relevant information that you want to note down for yourself to refer back to. And then you've got stretches. Just stretch these muscle groups. The main ones you want to be stretching are the ones that you used in the session. So pretty much everything, because we're doing squat, push, pull as the main formula, and that uses the muscles in our whole body. So you can stretch everything on the list. If you don't know how to do it, then check out all of our resources first to make sure we haven't covered it already. If not, then YouTube is always a good go-to. But you can also contact me and tell me to make it, because I will make it, because the goal is for us to have all of these things covered. And then from there, you're working your way through the rest of the plan. So you've got your core workout on Tuesday, and well, session 2, and session 4 is also core. So session 1, 3, and 5 are your big full body exercise days, and you're not going to be doing core. Now, the core days, they're a 1 hour workout roughly. Session 1, 3, and 5 will take 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on whether you fluff about or not. But you'll notice the cardio on the core day is 10 to 20 minutes, and the RPE is slightly higher. So I want you to be working a little bit harder. But I don't want you to be doing things that are high in impact, because if your core is fatigued, we don't want to risk giving ourselves a back injury. So I would be hopping on a bike, you could do an incline walk, you could do Stairmaster, but I wouldn't advise to do any sprints or anything like that. So that's pretty much the plan. So go get into it. 6-week plan. And enjoy the benefits, because it's a fantastic plan. It will, it's very demanding, so it's not for the lighthearted. And I'd really like you to drop a comment in any of the platforms we use that allow that. Let us know what you think, and also rate the products so that we can help spread the word and get some other people onto some programs that are evidence-based that work, all right? Because there's nothing worse than seeing all these plans that are just not getting people to where they want to be as fast as they want to gain those results, all right? So thank you very much. We really appreciate it, and good luck.